just up on the mantelpiece there.
So here she is, Warlike Goddess. Now, she's running in the filly and mare turf. It's because of the distance. She's been taking on the boys the last few years because Bill's wanted to get her to 1.5 miles. The 1 3/8 this year, a little more to her liking. She didn't want to run against the girls because 1.25 miles maybe just a little too short for her.
Yeah, we saw her yesterday training in the draw reins. You could see the way she started off today. Her head was a little higher. She doesn't have the draw reins on, so there's less leverage. So they're going to get it to go into her faster paces here, and that's, I mean, like I said, she's hitting on all cylinders. I don't think you can tell too much from her with a workout. She's obviously moving good, but yeah, she does carry her head just a little higher there in the early stages.
Yeah, and remember, we are working on the main track here on the dirt with a turf horse, but she's getting over it really well, and it's been very impressive to see at 7 years old just how much she continues to put into her training, loves her job. You were talking a little bit about, fillies and mares, and when they decide kind of mentally that they don't want to really be out there in competition anymore, they can get a little sour. Absolute opposite with her. She is putting 100% into her works. And to the point about the distance, remember when they ran the filly and mare turf here at Del Mar the first time we hosted the Breeders' Cup back in 2017, they did run it at 1 1/8 miles. Then back in 2021, changed the distance to the 1 3/8 miles. Now again at the 1 3/8 miles this year, and so it makes a lot of sense to have her in this race against her own sex this year.
I mean, she's been so well managed. I mean, she's like, averages 4 to 5 races a year, which I think you've kind of got to do as these fillies and mares get a little older. Clearly started, the middle of the summer here with a look towards the second half of the year, and it's paying dividends here. She looks tremendous.
That was a very nice looking work here. Let's check in once again with Andy Biancone.
Mike, Warlike Goddess just aging like fine wine, but super energetic in her work. Her exercise rider, Neil, could barely pull her up, and she was covering a lot of ground. Just a big striding mare, but that workout did not take anything out of her. As she was jogging back, she was still ripping Neil around. Very, very high energy, a little bit strung out to a point, but she has always been a very high energy mare. Neil, her rider, kind of flashed a look at me as he jogged by like, oh my gosh, this one's a handful. So she, no question, is in perfect form and looks fantastic.